What's up YouTube, HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys today with a very long-awaited Harpie deck profile. It's been 3 weeks now since I did a Harpie deck profile. That does not include ones that I do digital, because I'm still having problems on that end, unfortunately. So, with this Harpie deck profile, it took a while because, format has changed. I was going to wait for reprints of a lot of cards, but unfortunately, they're all pretty expensive right now. So I had to X that out. So I didn't really see much inspiration right now on YouTube with terms of RP decks. And I'm just stretching thin with a lot of support. So I pretty much just came up with what I could on the spur of the moment. And I didn't want to wait to do some ridiculous deck profile that I didn't enjoy doing with Harpies. So that's also why I broke my 100 subs. So I at least know that I'm doing something right. But, it's a lot that I'm going to talk about in another video. So stay tuned for that. So let's get in focus and let's go into this deck and its this video and its deck profile. So for my monster lineup, nothing really changed. I'm still rocking 3 Harpie Chandler, 3 Harpie Dancer, my 3 Harpie Harpist, my 3 Harpie Queen, and then my choice for Harpie Lady, of course, is my Harpie Lady ones. Some people may not like my choice of Harpies. That's perfectly fine. But I do enjoy the 15 of, this isn't a combo splash ordeal of deck. This isn't one of those, I have, like, all these great support spells and traps, let's do this. And I'm not trying to rush into a combo if I'm not strategically not knowing what that combo is or does. There's so many cards in this game right now that could be good or are good, but they don't work with every deck and every scenario and every process and how the player plays his decks, his or her decks. So my 15 Harpies is just here to stay, unless said otherwise, or Konami gives us better options. So with that out of the way, the last of my monsters are pretty much what the switch up is. 1 Harpie's Pet Phantasmal, 1 Harpie's Pet Dragon for rank 7 plays with Chandler. Monster Reborn's here, so you get some more options out of it. Although it doesn't have a useful effect, it is still relatively a useful monster in terms of summoning and in terms of the exceedingly plays. I'm running 1 Miss Valley Soldier. I started adding tuners into this deck that specifically work with the attributes and archetype. Miss Valley is still relatively one of Harpie's best in terms of typing and attribute. Not to saying stuff like Black Wings and Wind Witches aren't bad. It's just with Miss Valleys, you can swap them in. They have the attribute, you have the control, and you have all that sort of factor when it comes to Miss Valley and Harpie. In the long history they have together. So that's why I chose to use Soldier over a Blackwing tuner, because I can have more access to it. And I just have a more general sense of just putting stuff together with Soldier. So that's why Soldier is here. And same thing with Dark Spear. Great monster effect. I can pop it, get a Winged Beast from the deck, from the graveyard to the field. I can go get Soldier, I can go get my Harpies. And that's just pretty much relatively why the 3 of them are here together. It's just their utilization. When Witch Harpies have their own deck, Blackwing Harpies, I'm not for touching that again. And if I were to selectively choose, like, actual Blackwings to put in, it'd probably just be Zephyros and Gale. In Steam, the Cloak, which is the tuner maker, the token maker. Sorry, I said tuner maker, but it's token maker. So that's pretty much it in terms of those relegations and just my whole overall thought process about that. Next, for my spells, not much has changed here either. I'm still rocking my 3 Sign. I'm rocking my 3 Hunting Ground. 1 Ego, because Sign can get to it. Raigeki, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, and I added the Terraforming and Divine Wind to get a lot of the combo pieces going with Harpie Dancer and Harpie Harpist, because of the return effect. And then I can put more monsters onto the board. The Terraforming, in case I don't get to a Queen, I can get to a Honey Ground. It does make the Divine Wind a little late, but if I draw into Divine Wind, draw into Terraforming, I at least have targets to search for. So, it's still a good one-off in a lot of its own cases, and if I have to, I can just pop it. So, that is it for my spells. And then, my trap lineup, well, that's a trap lineup. It's all it relegates itself to. 3 Feather Storm, which is still one of Harpie's best MPs, and still technically a hand trap, because you can use it from your hand if you have a Harpie on the field. If you have a Wind Winged Beast, it'll negate the effects of monsters till the end of the turn. Not continuous effects, just like ignitions, quick effects, stuff like that. 3 Hysteric Party, because every Harpie lady has to hold. This card is treated as Harpie Lady while on the field in the graveyard, and Harpie Lady when it's always treated as Harpie Lady. I have access to pretty much my entire Harpie deck, with the exception of Dragon and Sisters. In a lot of cases, you can easily just pitch your sign, bam, there's your monsters, and then if Harpies hits the graveyard, that's even better, because then you get 4 more cards for a new hand, and just relatively get into a lot of the things that you need. And then the last couple of traps, of course, my Solemn Brigade, and then I'm running one Lost Wind, pretty much in case I need to pop a back row. I have options to it. I can also banish it and do crazy shenanigans with that. I wanted to add 2 more cards and go Lost Wind, Skill Prisoner, and Magical Hat. It's because those cards can utilize my cards like this that I can banish them from graveyard and then use their effects there. So, still some things in thought, but still just thinking about it and everything. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for my main deck. For my extra deck, it's seen a lot of changes. I'm not even gonna lie. So my normal Harpie extra deck lineup does include 1 Phantasmal. It can include 2 Chidori, 2 Castel, and an Ice Beast. But I had to cut it down because I am now running Pet Dragon in this version. Still, these are relatively 4 best monsters options you have in your extra deck for the Harpie ladies. Winged Beast, Wind Monsters, their Dragon. What more can you say? Cowboy comes in as well because just that last ditch effort of damage in case you need to get there. Because I'm running Dragon, Draco Sack, Big Eye, and Tomahawk enter this. And Tomahawk's really great with Link monsters because you can make tokens. And even though some monsters exclude tokens, tokens are normal monsters, so you can use them for stuff like Link Spiders, in cases Gaia Saber and stuff like that, if you want to get into those monsters. Unfortunately, I'm not running, there isn't a very big majority of Link monsters I can really run into at the moment. So I'm only trying to use Link monsters that I can possibly use and have some room with. So you won't see a Firewall Dragon. You won't see, yeah, there's a lot of monsters you won't see in here just because I feel they aren't going to really help or benefit in the long run. And because they take up so many monsters to Link Summon, you're not going to see a lot of the plays that you want to see as opposed to other decks. Because Harpies is still relatively slow in terms of summoning conditions. You know, and Chandler still has that once per turn per Chandler. So it's not really, you're really limited to what you can, but there's only so much you can do in terms of that. And then Bazoo and Honor Arc are here as well for some more level 4 plays. My Link monsters are Gaia Saber and Decode Talker. And then I have some synchros in the form of Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, Stardust Dragon, and Leo, the Keeper of the Sacred Tree. Leo might come out, but Leo is still a gimmick only if I, for some reason, have Dark Spear and Chandler on the board together, and I end up making it. Or some odd coincidence. Yeah, that's probably the odd coincidence, unless I use Harpie's pet to synchro with, and that's rare occasion itself if Dragon is on the board doing something outside of rank 7 play. But this is pretty much my extra deck for this deck right now. And that is pretty much the end of this part. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this because it did take a while to put together. It took a while to get everything set up. And it just took a minute. But I'm finally glad I have it out. So, if you have any questions, of course you can leave them in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this channel to anyone who might be interested. I'm HPJ, and thank you guys for watching, and signing out. Take care.